Oh, What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Dead Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, and today my co-hosts, Kelsey and JoJo. No James, because fuck James. Anyway, let's continue. JK.
I have to jump in real fast and warn everybody.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I don't always do that.
Damn!
So, if you guys hear loud laughing in the background of this particular podcast, that is probably coming from my mic and my husband. My husband is downstairs right now playing Among Us with a bunch of his high school friends.
Yeah, on my boy.
And it is so much fun from my perspective for two major reasons. A, my husband is having a blast, and that makes me happy. But B, I can tell when my husband's the imposter, because the moment you accuse him, where the rest of us would be like, no, that's not me, I was doing this thing, and we like make up a lie, my husband just starts giggling maniacally and like grabs his beer and holds his beer and just giggles over the top of his beer rather than defending himself.
Jesus.
So between that, and I just heard him start laughing a minute ago, and I was like, what is he just laughing about? So I took my headphone off, and I could hear him be like, well, I wasn't killing him, and then three of you showed up, and by the time I was done killing him, all three of you were there, and it was like, all right, that's my husband bringing out just his A game on Among Us. So if you hear laughter, that's what's happening in my house, and it's making my day.
Yeah, we've played that so many times now, where like most of us try to pick up on how each other act when we're the imposter. So I've had to like develop other fucking personalities and just rotate whenever I'm the fucking imposter. Yep. So there's times where I'm just like fucking toxic, where they're like, oh, it was Black. I was like, yeah, totally fucking me. Oh, hey guys, it was Black. This guy over here, it was me. It was me. And then people are just like, okay, maybe it's not him. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I totally fucking self-reported. It was me. This guy, vote me the fuck off. And then people will like kind of like, all right, yeah, he's either one, they'll be like, all right, let's just vote him off and get it done with. But see, we play with the confirmed off.
Yeah.
So you don't fucking know. Yeah, you have no idea whether it's the imposter or not. So we play with the confirmed off. And so then some people are just like, or like there are some times where like I get quiet-ish, because I try not to talk during the rounds, obviously, because that's how we're supposed to play. But I get quiet-ish, and James pointed it out. It was my first couple times being the killer. I was actually okay with voting to pass. And that's back when we were playing with confirm on. I would be like, oh yeah, no, we can pass. And then he started pointing it out, and I was like, oh fuck, I can't do that anymore. So like, and that's what James says. He's like, if you ever hear Chris and Tony agree on something, and if they're definitely agreeing to pass, they're both the killer. 100%. Every single time. And me and Tony do it. We'll be quiet, and someone's like, I don't know, I don't think there was enough evidence. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't see anything either. And then Tony will jump in, and the moment someone says pass, me and Seb like, yeah, pass is all right. And Jim's like, it's fucking Chris and Tony. It's fucking Chris and Tony. And then he's dead next round.
I got really angry, actually, because I'm a genuine, authentic person. Like, every bit of what I think and feel is on my shoulder. JoJo has seen this in more than one situation. Anyways, we've got a great story where we talked to some actress's mother, and I just grilled her for information in the back of a car.
Malone.
Yeah! We talked to her mother in the back of an Uber. Anyways, when we play Among Us, I get really grumpy when people actually accuse me, and I'm very genuine about, like, no, it isn't me. And then everybody takes me being, like, loud and gesticulating, like, largely. They're like, oh, clearly she's lying. And it's like, no, that's me telling the truth. And they were like, no, clearly you're lying. So I started like playing it cool and being like, nah, it's not me. Like, I can see where the evidence would point to me, but it's not me. And people are like, oh yeah, now you're being truthful. And I'm like, I am lying out my ass. I am lying as hard as I could possibly lie. You people have known me for years. You know I'm not this chill of a human being. But the moment I chill out, all of you believe me. Fuck you guys.
When someone votes me off with zero fucking evidence. When I mean zero evidence, like someone calls a meeting or someone reports a body and I'm nowhere fucking near it. No one sees me. There's literally like, it's one of those things where it's like they just pick my color and they're like, it's him. Why? Sus. I get salty. I will not, if I get killed, I will not work on my task. Every last one of you motherfuckers that voted me off can die. I don't care.
Wow, you are a vengeful asshole.
2, I'm definitely that guy where like once it obviously seems like the crowd is against me, I'm just toxic. I'm like, yeah, well, you guys can all lick my assholes. I'm flying out of the fucking spaceship. and you're fucking stuck here with 2 fucking imposters left, you fucking idiots. Like, I literally get toxic. I don't even give a shit. So, yeah, it's great. It's fun times. It's fun times.
Sounds like you take your moment of power and just like rub it in other people's faces. So that's real good. Well, how do you play JoJo?
I got drunk one time playing it, and I got to the point where I was just being like that all night long, and I was just constantly being like insane shit like, oh, it was me, I did it, totally, I self-reported stuff. And we played with the same group of people, and it was random people that we just found. Like, they weren't in Discord with us or anything, so it was a random fucking group of people, and they just kept staying with us match after match after match after match. To the point where, like, no one ever suspected me after that. They're like, it's just been... Because, like, I would just do shit where, like, I would just start up, like, song lyrics or something halfway through and something, too. Where someone would be like, I don't know, I think both of them are sus. And I'd just be like, why can't we be friends? And just shit like that. And they were just like, I'm fucking done with this guy. They're like, can we kick him out? And I was like, haha, joke's on you. I'm the host, bitch. I was like, I'm not going anywhere.
Jeez, you sound like the worst, to be totally honest.
It was great. It was a good time. I had fun.
So, JoJo, how do you play?
I think I called our mutual friends dumbasses at one point last time we played because I wasn't it. And I just was like, I felt I was very compelling argument for why I wasn't it. And they're just like, oh, let's move on. And I was like, mad. Like, no, guys, no. Not, I came in from this room. And so that's how you know if I'm not it. I mean, or if I am it, I'm not gonna call you a dumbass. like sincerely aggrieved.
So we got to do this fucking Dead Funny community night. If JoJo starts using profanity, I'm gonna believe whatever JoJo has to say.
Yeah, ditto.
Be like, well, JoJo's safe.
I knew they were wrong, and they needed to know they were wrong, and they didn't. They shot me out of a spaceship.
Right? Like, when they're wrong, when you want to violently, like, defend yourself, and then they're like, oh, clearly you're just, like, your histrionics are proving that you're guilty. It's like, no, histrionics are proving that I'm innocent and you're a goddamn moron.
And it's just crazy, like, how much that game just took everything by storm. Like, at first it was just everybody playing it, then it was everybody streaming it, and it's like, I don't have a big Discord community. I've got a decent one. I've got over like 50-something people for a streamer who's underneath 100 subscribers, right, or followers right now. It's pretty decent. And like my meme section in my Discord was just Among Us memes for fucking days. Like fucking days. It was nuts. And every body can relate to every fucking meme that's been thrown up there. That's all you ever see is the meme gets thrown up and everybody's like, ha, that's me. And then bam, the next meme comes up, same thing. Meme, same thing. I was like, Jesus Christ. That stuff, man. There was some really fucking good ones that one of our community members found and was posting in my Discord that his were the best. He did 3 of them, and those, like, as I was either reading them or watching them, because he had video ones too, I was laughing so fucking hard. Oh, he had some good ones. He did this one where it was like a lawyer room, and it was like how this actually acts in fucking Among Us, and just the way it played out was so fucking good. Oh my god. It was great. We'll see how long it lasts, though. They canceled Among Us too. We'll see how long it lasts before...
They canceled it?
Mm-hmm. They're just going to work on the first one.
They're just going to work on the first one more.
Oh, and improve the first one for now.
Yeah.
Like the servers, that would be great. They could spend a lot of time working on that first. That would be great. Their servers are fucking ass. Oh, they're the worst. We actually found out that it actually will get you in a game. You'll save, like, if you were to play, like, in an 8-hour... Because we sat down and did the math. If you were to play for, like, 8 hours, roughly about 2 of your hours would be looking for a match. And you can cut that down from 2 hours to about, like, 15 minutes. If you literally leave every fucking game after the game is over and restart a new lobby. Because it definitely has one of those old school systems of whatever's the newest gets thrown directly at the top and then filters its way all the way down.
Oh, if you're trying to find like random...
Sure,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was like...
If you don't have a full
playing
room.
with my friends in no way does that. Now I understand. You're talking about if you're finding randos.
Because we normally will not play unless we have like a minimum of 7. We have to have a minimum of 7. And then we'll play.
Now, do you do 2 imposters with a minimum of 7?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. That's as low as it will be, is a minimum of 7 with 2 imposters. So, and that's still dicey. So normally it's like really we try to stick around 8, but I mean now that we've gotten to the point where we have so many people playing with us. Like, I mean, the last 8 times I've played, we've had full lobbies. So.
Did you hear him?
Yeah.
Scott.
Like,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a good game.
Great time.
It's a good game, but so I'm pretty upset, and I'm gonna make it right for the channel. Me and James, we were really trying to figure out what show to do next for the review show, and that's because we didn't record anything last weekend, like idiots, and so we recorded the day before, and so I was like, well. We ended up picking 2 games, and then we found out that those 2 games were actually re-releases, and I was like, well, fuck, we need to do something new. So I was like, all right.
Well, we went 2 games.
Okay. I did not know Pikmin 3 released, all right? Which is
on the Wii U.
Bad on me because I love Pikmin. But I didn't know Pikmin 3 released, so I thought this whole Pikmin 3 Deluxe was just them saying, oh, the Deluxe Edition. I thought Pikmin 3 was a new game. I was obviously wrong. And then whenever I did the review show of Five Nights at Freddy's, I didn't know Freddy's Pizza Simulator was a game, and I also didn't know that it was considered the 6th installment. I didn't know that. So I kept saying 5 and was talking about 5. And then one of our community members, who's also in my Discord, was like, hey, love the review show, but by the way, there's 6 games. This is one of them. You should go check it out. And that's because whenever it first released, apparently it was only on like this specific website you could get it from, and it wasn't actually on Steam when it first came out for like its first couple months or some shit. I was like there was like this whole conspiracy theory rabbit hole behind this fucking game. It was crazy. Like, I was reading about this for like an hour. I was like, what? I just want to know where the game's at now. It is on Steam now, so you can go get it on Steam, people, for free. It's definitely worth it. If you haven't seen any gameplay of it, it's out on the channel. You can go find it. I played it, and it was great. Anyways, so those apparently they're releasing that for the Switch. So whenever I saw the Freddy Fazbear Pizza Simulator, at the time, I thought it was a new game. I didn't know that it was the 6th installment. So we were going to pick both those. I was like, all right, well, let's get those off. And we were trying to figure out which ones we want to do because obviously you've got dates coming up for release and stuff like that. We're trying to make sure we do the review shows relatively close to the release. And 2 games that are coming out, Spider-Man and one other one, I can't remember what it is, they literally come out on a Thursday. So that lines up perfect because the review show comes out on Wednesday. So we can do those review shows and release those the day before the game releases. And I was like, sweet, let's do that. But then it left us with all the games that are TBD because of coronavirus. So then I was like, fuck, dude, we just need to pick one. He goes, all right, you pick one. I was like, all right, there's no way I can't talk about Final Fantasy 16 for like 20 minutes. Let's just fucking do that. So we go to do that. And then today they released the official Final Fantasy 16 website. Yes. And now all this information's out. And I look like a fucking idiot on that review show with all my assumptions and theories that I was making. Because goddamn, did these little pieces of information they gave us illuminated the shit out of me. That's for fucking sure. I was like, I had all this wrong. Like, literally, all this was wrong. So, what I'm doing after the podcast is that I'm going to be doing a live stream where it's going to be my first time ever doing, like, just chatting versus actually playing a game. And I'm actually going to go through and break down the entire website and talk about everything. And then when it's done, for those of you who are Dead Funny fans and want to hear the Final Fantasy content, I will be uploading it onto the channel. As I told you, we're going to kind of go through what we did with the Final Fantasy VII Remake. We're going to do the same thing with 16, where I kind of keep you guys up to date on what's coming out. So that way, I can wrong some of my rights that I really got wrong during that last review show.
Yeah. All right, JoJo first, and then I have a question.
Oh no! You said wrong some of those rights, and I was just like, hey, wait.
Right, some of those wrongs. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have to speak.
Yeah. JoJo will help you out here. So, okay, I have a question. The idea of going through an entire website and pointing out all the things that you were wrong about, that now there's new information, what that changes for you, that sounds terrible to me. Is that actually fun for you?
No, it's not. It's not terrible. And there's a reason why.
Okay, so the answer is yes.
It's not a lot.
Not no, as you told me twice.
Well, I said no whenever you said that sounds terrible, and I said no, and then you go, "Is that fun for you?" But I was repeating myself saying no as you were still talking, so that's why I said like I said no to you saying that. Anyways, it's fun for me because, so first off, the main thing that's on the website is just artwork. But after that, it literally just lists 3 of the characters. So they're still teasing us with just the website. The website's not even close to done. They've released 3 characters, giving you a little bit of their backstory. And then they broke down the official world and talked about how it's separated into factions. And in the factions, each faction has a dominant, which is someone who turns into an icon. they've redacted who the icon is, which is an Aeon. You know what Aeons are. They're calling them icons in this game. I don't know why, but they are. So they've redacted the icons. So you don't know which icon belongs to which. So you get to play that game of like, this is who I think this is. This is why these two are at war. Because this game is set to look a lot like Final Fantasy meets Game of Thrones. Like, there's a lot of backstabbing and family shit. So there's like a lot of stuff you can do with this speculation. I'm pretty fucked.
God, it's like a game meant specifically for you.
I know, and I'm super fucking pumped. And I got to learn our main character's name, Clive. I've been calling him the badass guy. Yep, Clive. Super happy.
That's Olive with a C and not an O.
Pretty much.
Not since Final Fantasy IV with Cecil has there been a cooler Final Fantasy character's name.
Not a fan of Cecil, not gonna lie.
No?
He's a badass.
No.
That's why they name all the other characters after weather. Cloud and squall and lightning.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah, Squall and Lightning. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, Squall is a badass name, but if any of you were like, I'm having a child, I'm going to name it Squall, I would probably get a rubber band gun and just shoot you in the back of the head repeatedly until you made a better decision.
Fair.
I don't know. I still think the worst one there's been was, and I refuse to pronounce it the way that they do in the game. I call him Titus. I refuse to call him Titus. That just sounds terrible.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I call him Titus.
Not okay.
Yeah, his name's Titus. Tidus.
Oh, so in Final Fantasy X, they let you name your character technically, and so the characters in that game never vocalize his name. So, like, for years we didn't know. We just was reading it and thought it was Titus. And then he's in there, and fucking Sora's like, "Hey, Titus," and it.
No.
Mine because
it's so bad.
Really bad.
I mean, that's the issue with a lot of those games, though. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, like fucking Final Fantasy VII, that was like one of my fears was like the remake's going to come out and all this shit that I've been saying this entire time is just going to be completely pronounced a completely different way. Like, completely different way. I think the only thing I got wrong as a kid is I grew up saying Mako, and it's Mako. That was the only thing that I had wrong.
Yeah,
but we got that in the movie. Yeah, in the movie they said Mako, and then I was like, oh, okay, it's Mako.
They call it Mako in Mass Effect, Kelsey.
You see, that's the thing. Is every time he said Mako, I was thinking of the car in Mass Effect 1, and I was just like, man, it's interesting that both of these are the same thing, and then they're not. And I'm like, all right, well, stop saying Mako, because Mako is meaningful to me, and you're wrong.
So, yeah, no, I'm just waiting to see what else comes out. Yeah.
And they're gonna have to like retranslate some of that stuff too, because Midgar-Zolom. No, that's not what that was supposed to be. Even
no.
7.
Well, I mean, there automatically was like the fucking Aerith and Eris debate, which fucking lasted forever.
Too, yeah.
The people, okay, I don't mean to be an asshole, but I'm gonna be an asshole. People who are still calling her Eris at this point, you're fucking stupid. I'm so tired of having this debate with people online where they're like, "You're wrong, bro." The movie says Eris. The motherfucking God or fucking Aerith. Sorry. The movie says Aerith. So you got me so fucking mad I can't even concentrate on what I'm trying to say. The movie says Aerith, and the fucking remake says Aerith. Let it die. I don't want to hear any more about this. Oh, Square Enix is wrong. How can Square Enix be wrong? It's their game. That makes no sense to me. I've had this argument with multiple people. I'm like, how's that ground for you to stand on? Square Enix is wrong. Yeah. You sound like a fucking scientist right now. The fuck, I'm done.
At this point, it's been Aerith in America almost as long as it had been Aerith.
Yeah.
By the time in Advent Children or whatever, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Advent Children, Crisis Core. Obviously, the remake. She was in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, she was in Kingdom Hearts too. Well, not 2, the number 2, but I don't know which one she was in. She was also in Kingdom Hearts. There we go.
There you go.
A little less confusing. So, but anyways, I'm super fucking pumped.
Grammar for the win.
Which, by the way, it was funny whenever we first talked about the trailer for 16. You had told me, JoJo, that you thought that the brother or well, we didn't know that they were brothers at the time. No, they're brothers now. But the little kid was the one that was possibly the Phoenix. Whenever I was trying to argue that, I thought maybe he was Ifrit because there was that whole scene of like Ifrit just ripping and them saying, Joshua, please wake up. And I was like, well, he fucking blacked out when Ifrit went in his rage. Well, obviously he's the fucking Phoenix. They said that on the website. Whenever I read all that shit on the website and I went back and watched the trailer, when it got to that scene, I was like, oh my God. They're screaming Joshua to wake up because Ifrit is literally ripping fucking Phoenix apart right now. And they're like, wake up, you're gonna die. Like, it blew my mind. It changed so much for me. I was like, oh my God. I was like, Jesus, dude, I got this so wrong. It wasn't even close.
God, I am trying so hard to understand.
What?
Go ahead, JoJo, I'm sorry.
In the area? Oh, that's all. It's not. You weren't not close. There were two dudes in that, and you picked the wrong one.
I mean, that's fair. I had a 50-50 shot at getting it wrong, and I got it fucking wrong. You're right.
Right.
But just like that alone, it led me on the whole thought of like, okay, so something happened between Joshua and Clive, because Clive was the person that was protecting Joshua, but that was him screaming, Joshua, wake up. So therefore, that means that shit right there made Clive hate dominance. And now he is literally older, and his whole sole job is to hunt down dominants and take them out. So whenever he says that thing at the end where he's like, I will kill you if it's the last thing I do, he's talking to Joshua. And now that I've read the fucking website, it's like, no, Ifrit killed the Phoenix, which killed Joshua, and he's hunting down the fucking dominants. We have no idea who the fuck is summoning Ifrit at all.
Yeah.
And that's who he's talking to. So... yeah, I'm pretty fucking pumped, dude. That game's gonna be so goddamn good. Oh man, and we don't get anything else until 2021. Oh,
I mean, 2021 is 2 months away at this point.
I know, but that's 2 months too long.
You'll survive, I promise.
And they said 2021, Kelsey. That could be like November 2021 for all I know. Who fucking knows?
I maintain you will survive. Your life is like 10 minutes from getting a lot more interesting. So.
I bought my daughter, they just released them, 2 music boxes from Square Enix. They released 2 Final Fantasy VII music boxes. They're $15 a pop. That wasn't bad. But one of them is the main theme to Final Fantasy VII, and the other one is Aerith's theme to Final Fantasy VII. So it's like, yeah. And they get here
one of the great things
weeks after
about being... One of the great things about being friends with you is I think of my husband as a little bit of a video game nerd because he plays so many of them, so many of his friends play them, that's something they bond over. And then I think if I was pregnant, would Scott buy our child 2 separate music boxes with Mass Effect theme music? And I'm like, no, he would not. And I remember that my husband is not a video game nerd. You are, Chris. That's you.
Okay, that. It's like I was saying. The fun part is like I buy this for her now, and then when she outgrows it, it comes back to Daddy's collection. So really, I'm buying it for me. It's just gonna take a little while, and which was funny because my girlfriend was like, "So you're gonna take back her baby Moogle and her baby Chocobo?" And I was like, "Absolutely." The moment she stops playing with those, they're going right on Daddy's shelf. Done. No, I'm just joking. I would do that. I bought those specifically for her. They look like baby toys. They actually do. So those are hers. She can have them.
But everything else is coming back to you.
Everything else is coming back to me, and she's not allowed to touch any of my statues. I hope 16 comes out with something. So this is what I want from 16. So Square Enix, if you're listening, hear me out. Which I know you're not, but if you were, I either want a statue of Clive, kind of like Cloud. I want my statue of Clive, or a bust type statue, which is the actual logo of 16. Where it's like the Phoenix on one side and Ifrit ripping up the Phoenix's fucking tail trying to get to it. That would be badass. Like a bust of that. That'd be so fucking cool. And I would buy that Legendary Edition the moment you put it out. I got it. Done. Game. Which James made fun of me. He's like, so then you're going to be buying 2 because you're going to buy digital as well. And I was like, yes, I will. So... I think
James
actually
knows who you are.
I think actually during that review show, he goes, I hope that they really try to fuck you over and they release 16 and 7 Part 2 on the same day. I was like, my mind would literally explode with excitement, and I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Do I want to play 7 Part 2 first? Do I want to play 16 first? Like, he's like, I could see you buying 2 PlayStation 5s and setting them up right next to each other to play both games at the same time.
See, I just picture you like in a frozen vibrating state where you're trying to do both things and you can't commit to either, and so you're just like vibrating in between them until somebody stops you.
Right. I was like, if we're being fair, 7's my favorite, so obviously that would win. But I was going to say 7 would win. On the edge of my seat, like, I cannot fucking wait to play 16.
But that would make you also aware of like the dull moments in 7 where nothing's really happening, because you'd just be like, I could be playing 16 right now. It'd be great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is the craziest voice I have. In case anybody's curious, that is my Kelsey's insane voice. That's what it sounds like. Not a big fan of it.
Well,
Scott's forbid it for most things in the house.
Now it's out there for a soundbite. So
now it exists on the internet.
It's out there forever. Oh my god, talking about sound bites. Okay, so obviously at this point you guys might not have seen it. I know some of you guys follow Wes on his channel, but he just released a video of all of us playing Phasmophobia together, which was awesome. I didn't know he was doing this, and it's like the second video he's ever put up on his channel. And cool. So at the beginning of it, he's talking about it, and he's like, hey guys, now a lot of you have been, asking where's my second, or why haven't I put another video out on my channel? So my laugh, he synced up with a laughing face of a hyena and put that on his fucking video. And then it goes into literally James was yelling at me about some kind of recording we were doing for the channel. And he's like, why haven't you done this yet? And I said, because I got a fucking job, bro. So it literally goes right into that where it's like, a lot of you ask why I don't have a second video out. And then it goes into my laugh and then me going, because I got a fucking job, bro. It's so funny. I have to send it to you as soon as we get done with this. I've literally watched it like 20 times. I was like, that's fucking hilarious. Not the whole video, just the intro. The whole video is like 40 minutes, so I don't have time for that. But watched it one time through. I wanted to see what he had in there. I support his shit. He's funny. His first video where he's like literally just tie-dyeing a shirt, teaching people how to tie-dye a shirt, is fucking hilarious. It's so goddamn funny. Oh my god. And it's literally like a 30-second video, and it blew the fuck up. He had like fucking 300 views within like a couple fucking hours. And I was like, there's those fucking 30-second videos for you, dude. People's like, yeah, I got 30 seconds I can waste. Sure, why not? Fuck it. So, yep.
The ad you watch to get into the video is longer than that.
Well, they won't put an ad on anything that's less than 10 minutes.
I'm aware. I'm aware. It's a joke. Cool, thanks. That joke's gonna land real hard now due to you deciding to correct me. Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
Dick.
That's what I'm here for. Rude? Gosh, Kelsey's just hostile. It's right off the bat.
Yes, that's me. Aggressive. I'm the hostile one.
Fuck. We're all sitting here trying to have a good time and talk and have fun. I mean, look at JoJo. He's fucking traumatized. He is traumatized by the aggression.
And I'm just here.
Mom and Dad are fighting again, and they're doing it on camera in front of the internet, and I don't like it.
Oh, man. That's fair.
I'm sorry, JoJo. That infantilized you. I apologize.
I infantilized myself, I think.
Oh, man. So I actually jumped in your stream the other night. It was last night you were playing? You were playing something that I was
really?
actually interested in. Yeah. And you fucking immediately set yourself on fire within like 30 seconds of you playing.
Yeah.
I was there for that. Yeah, because I can't remember the name of the game, but yeah, I wanted to play that, and then you were streaming it, and I was like, oh, sweet. So I just jumped in there and checked it out for a little bit.
Yeah. It seems cool. I mean, it's complicated, and there's a lot of stuff I don't understand about it yet. Kelsey, it's this thing. It's heavily based on like the idea of physics, stuff interacting with each other, like. There's gunpowder, and you have a fire wand, and so that'll set that off. But then there's like, if fire gets near water, it'll make steam and stuff. But like, it's also you're a wizard, right? And randomly generated wands and stuff. They have a bunch of different like spells on the wands with different stuff. You can put multiple spells on one wand because they have slots, and then so you have wands that just do crazy shit all at once. And it's a roguelike, so like you die, you start over again. Get more random ass wands. It's cool. It's but
what's it called?
no, it's called Noita or Noita. I don't actually know how it's pronounced. Noita.
And are you any good at it?
My second playthrough, I got to the second area. Like, not terrible, I guess. I don't know how long it is. It's the third area.
Are you gonna play it again?
Yeah, I'll probably play some more of it.
When?
I just played like an hour of it, so I should play more. I don't know, probably some more later tonight. In the future, in general.
Okay.
If you want to see, I can play. Yeah. I'll play it a little later. Sure.
Yeah, I will follow one of the links on our videos to your stream and check it out. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's description cool. Down below.
Hey, plugs everywhere.
Now shameless. That computer that can like thing at the same time I play a video game.
Yeah, I didn't see any kind of lag situations or anything. Like your stuff was running very, very smooth. Yeah.
I have RAM now. I had like 8 gigabytes on the other thing.
Isn't that such a glorious moment when you suddenly have RAM and you're like, I can do all the things?
Right.
Yeah. No, like I said, between your webcam and the game, it was pretty flawless. I didn't see any kind of issues whatsoever. So. Because once I saw you had the webcam on, that's the first thing that hit me. I was like, oh, and now I can see like how his new computer fucking handles shit. And yeah, like I said, I didn't see any issues. So I was like, sweet.
It's only the second time I've tried using it to stream so far. So works. It's good.
JoJo's like getting back into the streaming schedule. Let's go.
Yeah, maybe.
How often do you stream?
I took a long break off until 2 days ago or yesterday or whatever. For earlier in the summer, I was doing it sort of regularly. Mm-hmm. But like, again, because of the computer, if I tried to stream anything more complicated than a PS1 game, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
It turns out there's some weird people out there. There's a dedicated Monster Rancher fan base still, though, which is a PS1 game that I was playing. Really? And, like, some guys came in watching me play it. And they're like, hey, you went on the Monster Rancher Discord? And I'm like, no. Cool, I'll check that out. Because it's a game, they haven't released a new Monster Rancher in, I don't know, probably over 10 years. So it's, like, odd for there to be any sort of like...
It blows my mind how many dedicated like fan groups there are to just games, and you're just oblivious to it. It's crazy. Like Vagante, for instance, me and Kelsey played that twice for the channel, and then out of nowhere, I was like, you know what?
Terribly.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, she literally means terribly. Anyways, so I then really got like this urge where I just wanted to play like a pixelated dungeon crawler, and I was like, "Fucking Vagante, dude! We didn't get fucking far in that. I'm gonna play it." And I ended up getting like a couple of buddies to play it. Fucking even somebody from the Dead Funny community came and played it with us, and we had a great time. And then this dude joined my stream and was like, "Oh, did you hear about the fucking beta access to da 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 da, which is like this new update they're trying to put out there, all this other shit." And then fucking like got like 5 other people from the Vagante Discord that jumped into my chat. They all followed me, gave me a link to the Discord. There's like thousands of fucking people in there, and it's all Vagante, everything. And I was like, I had no idea any of this fucking existed. Like, 0. What? Like, you just don't think that, you know? Like, it was just like this random pixelated game that I found, and I was like, I can see me and Kelsey playing this. Like, that's what landed us on that game, was me just going, yeah, I can see us playing that.
Sure.
Yeah. That's what landed us on that. And then it's got this whole gigantic community behind it. I was like, what? It blew my fucking mind, dude. I was like, holy shit. The stuff that we don't even know is out there just because we haven't either, 1, got around to it yet, or 2, didn't spend enough time on it. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. I've been playing the Medieval remake. JoJo. It's so
Sorry,
good.
I was going to say something, and then JoJo was going to say something. JoJo, what were you going to say?
I don't actually know anymore. I haven't played the Medieval remake.
You have it?
No, I have not. I didn't really play the game at the time either.
No.
Somewhat.
It was so good. I played the shit out of it. Oh, I feel like my childhood has been restored. Like, it is literally like shot for shot the same fucking game. It's so good, dude. I've been having so much fucking fun with it. Oh my god. And they got like a lot heavier into like the way like how all the voices and shit go through, and like what the characters are actually saying to each other and stuff like that. It's pretty fucking awesome. So, and they make fun of your character a lot more than they did in the first one. like because you know you had the whole like fabled lore about Sir Daniel Fortescue was like the biggest knight in the fucking thing and led the army against the demons to take back, and it's like it shows you the cutscene of like him being there and he's just like charge, and then he takes off running, and then a fucking stray arrow comes down and gets him right in the eye and kills him instantly, like before the battle even fucking starts. So he's like this fabled hero, but like everybody that you talk to that was there is like, yeah, you're a real fucking hero, dude. You did so much fucking work. Yeah, you were fucking dead, what, like 5 seconds? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, there's like these little stone gargoyles that like kind of help you out through the game and shit. Like, they talk to you and stuff, and one of them was like, well, you came back to life. Try not to fuck it up this time, huh? And I was just like, what? Oh my god, it's so funny.
Sir Daniel Fortescue, I know nothing about this game, but that name and the beginning of that story absolutely sounds like a bad romance novel. Just a really bad romance novel.
That is a little, they try to play it into that too. They 100% like, Sir
that's
Daniel
amazing.
Fortescue. Like, that's literally how they start off the whole fucking story and shit. It's just a funny cartoon game, and it's been a lot of fucking fun playing it. Like, I literally just got through fighting a dragon, and by what I mean by fighting a dragon was literally like it's in a cave and there's 5 holes in the wall, and it sticks its head out of the hole and tries to breathe fire on you, but it never comes out of the fucking hole. Its head just pops out. So your job is to use your hammer to hit specific platforms that will drop a crystal on top of the dragon's head and hurt him, and then he'll go away. And it's just funny because like he starts off aggressive. He's like, I'm going to burn the skin off your bones. And then he looks at you and he's like, oh, wait, sorry, because you're a fucking skeleton with one eyeball. And he's just like, I'm going to gouge out both your eyes. Oh, wait, sorry. And then after you fucking beat him, he's just like, that was really mean. Why did you have to do that? And I'm like, you fucking started it. Like I said, it's just a funny game. It's pretty awesome.
Are you streaming this, or are you still streaming like Final Fantasy stuff?
Oh, I stream literally pretty much almost everything I play now.
And when do you stream again?
Well, I'm streaming as soon as we get done with this, but that's that fucking Final Fantasy talk. Our next stream is GTFO, and that is tomorrow night. Me, Mike, Wes, and James will try to progress further in a game where we constantly get our asses kicked. So, and James wants to turn up the difficulty. I'm like, dude, we've beaten 1 level. Get the fuck out of here. we haven't even made it halfway through a rundown before the rundown's gone for the fucking next week. Like, no. I want to be able to make it through a rundown and retire. Like, just once can I make it through a fucking rundown. And we haven't even got to the harder difficulties yet on just the normal difficulty. That's the thing. You could change the difficulty, but the difficulty automatically changes the further you go down. We're on the normal difficulty just trying to make it to the bottom. We can't get past the first fucking mission. So, no, I don't want to up the difficulty.
So what is he trying to do? Is he just like chasing glory and not realizing like he's not there yet? Like, what is this?
Here's the issue with James. And I know he'll watch this and he'll probably talk some shit in the comments.
I was going to say, he's not here to defend himself.
And that's fine. That's fine. Because fuck James. Anyways, here's the problem with James.
No.
James likes to sit in the back with the long-range weapons. So whenever shit hits the fan, me, Mike, and Wes are the first people to get the blunt of it. So then he's like, oh, well, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, it wasn't so bad, James, when you're sitting all the way in the back with a fucking sniper rifle and your health is at full while everything's running up and beating the fuck out of us and we're taking them out with shotguns and shit. Yeah, I bet you didn't sweat at all. I'm pretty fucking sure you didn't. That was great. Meanwhile, over here, our characters are screaming and shit, losing their fucking mind because it gets harder to play the game because your character's psyche comes into play.
Oh, neat.
Because you're not just like trained soldiers. You're prisoners who are getting told, like, if you can go down and do the missions we need you to do, you get your freedom. So these people are fucking terrified. Like, I just uploaded a video today of our first time playing GTFO. I think it was like 11 minutes long. And, like, you hear your people, like, hyperventilating and shit as they're getting into this lift to fucking go down. Like, they're freaking out. Like, it's like that bad. Oof. Yeah, it's not an easy game.
That sounds like that could almost, like, set off some actual trauma in people.
Possibly.
Interesting.
Maybe don't play it. I don't know. It's a rough game. It is rough. It's not, and like I said, it's not scary. It's just if you do something wrong, you're probably gonna die. Like that's
the consequences are immediate.
Yeah. And unless you got some fucking golden boy on your team who can fucking rescue you every time, you're probably gonna be just restarting the mission because there's no checkpoints. It's all or nothing. Like, you finish the whole mission, or you die and you start all the way over again. Like, it literally doesn't even let you start back out on the mission. You get kicked back out to the lobby. Like, that's it. You died. Jeez. You're back at the lobby. So.
And James is just trying to rack up the difficulty? Oh, man, that sounds terrible.
He's the worst sometimes. He really is. He's the fucking worst.
And you know what? He picks up the phone every time you ask him to come and play, so.
Yeah. I literally, like, if we could take all the bullshit out of our... Oh, my God. Actually, let me fucking bring that up, because I was talking about that the other day, and I couldn't fucking... Oh, God damn it, I'm on... Never mind. Anyways. So we've gotten to a point where, like, we try to just say stupid shit in messages to each other when we try to do something. So we were talking about getting back on Smash Bros. And playing Smash again, because we want to start getting, like, a community type tournament going, like, once a month and shit like that. Because we talked about doing it a long time ago, where us as the streamers would chip in, we'd get, like, gift cards, and then we'd actually do, like, you know, celebrations.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Stuff. Yeah. So we want to actually get that going. And James literally messaged me, "Are you trying to smash tonight or not?" To which point I replied, "At some point I do plan on playing Smash Bros. Tonight, yes. If this was your attempt to finally getting me to admit feelings for you that you've had for me for a long time, sorry, bro, but that's not going to happen." Or something like that. And I literally said, "All I have to say is I'm a ride that you wouldn't survive." And James literally said, ... I don't know how to respond to this.
Yeah, you kind of want to defend yourself, at the same time you're like, but I really don't need to.
Oh my God. I was telling that to Mike and Wes the other night, because we were talking about stupid shit we've all said to each other, and I was telling about that, and both of them like to spit the fuck up. They whenever I said the whole, "I'm a ride you wouldn't survive." They're like, where the fuck did that even come from? I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's what was on my mind whenever I was typing back, so I said it.
However, if James, like, takes you up on it, you don't get to be shy about that. Like, you have to bring it. So just
bring it. Have to kill him.
I like how deadpan your face was. You have to kill him. It's the only option.
Promise you made.
Damn, dude, I need James to get back on content quick, or people are going to start fucking making some... Chris is sus. Chris is sus.
Yeah.
Vote him off.
Weeks, I guess Chris had sex with him, and then he died.
Oh, my God. Man, that's fucking funny.
Well, any desire that James had to ever leave the channel is now gone, because that will be the rumor forever.
Oh, every time he gets mad at me, he threatens me with leaving the channel. It's great. He's like, "Here's my 2 weeks notice. You're an asshole."
Just send him this clip. Send him the last 45 seconds and be like, "All right, that's what I'm telling people. You have lost control of this narrative."
Damn. Now I get to blackmail James. Let's go. And someone told me YouTube would never pay off. Please. Oh, man. That shit's hilarious, though. Like, me and my buddies, we used to do, God, this is back before Discord and all this shit was around. Or at least back before we fucking knew it existed. But we used to call each other, and we would literally only do it if we get a voicemail. And we'd call each other, we would leave voicemails and shit. And, I mean, oh, my God. We would try to do, like, rhymes and shit. Like, I know one that I did to my buddy Kipper, and I was like... What was it? We were trying to play Gears of War, and I was like, "How many years?" Like, this was literally a voicemail for him. It was, "How many years have you held in all your tears because of all your fears? Hey, bitch, let's play some Gears." Like, literally, that was his voicemail. He literally gets me, like, a week later, he calls me, and he was like, "Oh my God. Man, what song?" I want to say it was "We Will Rock You," but I can't remember how he fucking did it. But he did it some way, but what pissed me off was he didn't finish the fucking song. So it was like, literally like, you know, like, we will get on Gears. And I was like, no! I was like, that's so annoying to hear! No, you finished the fucking melody! Oh my gosh, but I can't remember what it was. Oh my God, he did some song like that and he didn't finish it. I was like, oh, dude, you're the fucking worst. He's like, I knew that would eat at you. I was like, ugh! I was like, I had to delete it, dude. I kept listening to it, like maybe thinking that hopefully you would finish it at one point, and it never happened. So I had to get rid of it. We used to that shit all the time. It was great.
That's amazing. I was friends with so many music majors and music minors in college because music at my particular college is just a big deal.
I know. I was at your wedding.
You were at my wedding.
Whenever
you
they
watched
played
a whole bunch
fucking,
of people sing to me.
What was that? What was the fucking? God damn it! I can't think of the goddamn name now.
Fucking. Which one are you thinking of?
Mamma Mia, right? That's what you played.
Oh my god! Yeah, that was a good one.
Mia? Yeah, and like everybody was going off, and I was just like, all right, this shit's happening.
And not only were they going off like in tune because they know what the fuck they're doing. Like,
I can't sing for shit, so I sat the fuck down. That was my cue. I was like, I'm around talented people. I was like, when they want somebody to rap, I'll stand up. But until then, I'm going to sit my ass down.
I promise you those pasty white people can't rap. I can promise you that. But one of the things I figured out is, especially with my roommate, who was a music minor, that if I really wanted to piss her off, or any of the rest of them, I'd just be like, hey guys, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And I just leave it there, and they would start twitching, and I'm like, Toodles! And I would make them so mad. It was wonderful. I had all the power. I would just start well-known things and stop them and watch them twitch.
It always reminds me of this episode of The Office where it's like Andy and Pam are together, and Andy's always the singing guy. And he's reading out the names of the companies because they're doing cold calls. And he's reading out the names of the companies and the floor that they're on as they're standing there waiting for the elevator. And then, like, she's getting annoyed with it. So then she just cuts him off. And it's like, room 304, great. And he's like, I was about to sing that. She goes, yeah, now you don't have to. He goes, yeah, but see, now it's like stuck in my head and it feels like I didn't do something right. And it's just, I feel it, dude. I feel that fucking pain. I feel it, dude. It's the worst. It's the fucking worst. And like, my aspect is like whenever I'm not paying attention to it. Because there's times where I'll just be sitting here and my girlfriend's pointed out multiple times, and it's funny because she's like, you think it would be Final Fantasy related, but it's not. But there's times where I'm just sitting here and I'll just go, da-na-na-na-na-na. And I just start doing the Mario theme and I won't even be paying attention. And it might even just be me drumming it where I'm just like, and I just got to keep going with it. And I won't even notice that I'm doing it. She'll be like, babe, stop. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I just didn't even know I went into it. And then I'm like, but I had to finish it. And I'm like, and I was like, okay, I'm good. Like, I have to fucking finish it. Oh, it's the worst. And I don't know why, but it's the fucking Mario theme. That one, I'll just be in the middle of nothing. I'll just start doing it. She'll be like, you can pick a different game.
Anytime now, dear. That would be great.
I was like, and I agree with her. I was like, you think it would be like the Final Fantasy theme or something? It's not. It's fucking Mario. I do it all the fucking time. That's nuts.
One of the things that all of this COVID stuff has made very apparent to me is how much my love for somebody will override their annoying tendencies. I had a coworker that would throw on headphones and then would breathe through his mouth very loudly. Jeez. To the point where I could hear him through my headphones. And I was sitting here, I'm like, I'm just listening to you breathe. And I'm not angry that you're breathing because I'm glad you're alive, but I am angry you are breathing so loudly I can hear you through my headphones. I am so mad at you. And then my husband will do something and I can hear him. We've been like for COVID isolation since March. So what?
Yeah, it was March when me and you both got sick.
Like 7 months at this point. Mm-hmm. And occasionally he does like loud things or annoying things, or I can hear him breathe and I'm like, oh, I'm just happy my husband's breathing. And like, I'm not upset at all that he's breathing loudly. And I'm like, okay, clearly the issue wasn't my coworker. The issue was that I'm not in love with my coworker.
See, and that's where it's on the other side for me, is where it's like my girlfriend works with me and she's in a job where a lot of her shit is to help me with things. And so I'll be like, hey babe, I need your help with this. And she'll be sitting like right next to me and I'll just start just like waiting for her to give me like an answer or something, and I'll just start swaying my chair, and then like I just knock my foot against like the side of the table like this, and then she's like, babe, that's not helping. And I was like, oh sorry, my bad, I forgot.
I like how she's just constantly reminding you, like, there's other people in your space and you can't be the most annoying version of yourself, and you're like, oh wow, I didn't think of that.
That's why we don't work in the same room, for sure. It's definitely why we don't work in the same room. Yeah, she works in the living room and I work in my office, so She only comes in here when I'm
Yeah,
like,
my
babe,
husband and I
need
are
help.
separated by a floor, and for the people that I've heard of that are living in like little like studio apartments with their spouses and everybody's trying to work from home, I'm just like, if my husband and I had to work in the same office space, we'd kill each other.
Yeah.
And so I am very grateful we are a floor apart, and I can see him on my lunch break. And other than that, we don't really see each other during the workday.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do that. What she does for me, she has to do for 6 other people on my team, and then a whole nother team of 9 people. So she's constantly getting calls to ask for help from sales reps the entire time I'm making phone calls trying to get sales and everything. So that would not work for us being in the same spot.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I talk on this fucking podcast and shit like that, like, you guys gotta understand, Monday through Friday, this is my job. I don't shut up. I'm on the phone all the fucking time. And I'm just like this on the phone too. Like, I'm so fucking talkative. My customers love me. It's great. It's great. I actually had this one chick get political with me though. That was kind of weird. I didn't know how to address it. I just let her go. You can tell that she was kind of like older, so it was like, you know, she's kind of in that stage of like, fuck it, I don't care type deal, you know. Yeah, it was very awkward. I didn't know how to say it because I was like one of those things where it's like, if I say one thing and fuck this up because it's a big account, I'm like, and I fuck this up, like, that's on me. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta go to my boss and be like, hey, we gotta get another sales rep on this fucking thing that's in my region because I fucked up. I haven't had to do that yet. So I just kind of like just let her go. And she started getting into all the like the current events that are going on. And I just let her go for like fucking solid 30 minutes. And then she's like, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, you know, I mean, it's, and then I just like, cool, I can act like I'm not ignoring her. I'll hit her with COVID. You know, like COVID and everything, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure I get whatever I need to do to make sure I keep you safe. Da-da-da-da-da. And then I was able to steer it right back to what I wanted it to. I was like, man, dude, if we didn't have a pandemic going right now, I would have been fucked during that conversation. I would have been able to transition that one. Nope, she went down so many rabbit holes, and I was like, you're at work right now? Like, I know you're not quarantined. You are literally at work right now. I hear the music going on in the background. How are you having this conversation with me? Oh my god.
I'm so impressed with people. My husband, I'm very genuine. I've mentioned this already, this podcast. If people start talking politics around me and I disagree with them, it is written in every fiber of my being that I disagree with them. And then I will start talking to them about it, and then we will get into a conversation. Chris, you and I have things that we disagree with, and I've been at your house, and we've started conversations about this.
The worst part is that we always do this during a party where there's normally at least alcohol involved for me. So then that just gets worse. But, to be fair, I will say out of that, we've never gotten into an argument where we yelled at each other, and then we were mad at each other. We're at least adult enough to walk away from the conversation going, you know what? That's what you believe. That's what I believe. And that's fine. Boom.
Yeah, we've always maintained.
Constructive.
We also don't disagree about anything that is like, people are literally dying and you're just like, no, they're not. And I'm like, yes, they are. So we're not having any of those conversations.
Right.
But my husband has this miraculous ability. I don't know how he does it because I've watched him do it so many times where he says just enough in affirmation with what the person who's like whose opinions violently disagree with his. Like he says just enough in affirmation to them to make them think that he agrees, and then they drop the conversation because they realize they're preaching to the choir, which they aren't, because I am aware he violently disagrees with them. But they assume that he thinks the same thing, and then they wander off, and then they'll come back and they'll be like, how do you and your husband have such violently different political disagreements? Like, clearly you should just follow his lead because he's the man of the house. And I'm just like, you don't know what you're talking about. They're like, he told me what he thinks. And I'm like, I saw that whole conversation. No, he didn't. And I just finally have to realize that undermining, if he's managed to successfully convince them that he agrees with them, and I'm just the crazy lady off on the side, undermining that is not inherently valuable. So I'm just like, you know what? It's just my uterus. It just gets in the way of my brain sometimes, and I just walk away.
I don't know. I just don't.
Hysteria.
Yeah.
Fair.
Women.
Fair. I don't get this concept of like surrounding yourself with yes people. Like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I've always been told the philosophy that if you want to grow yourself mentally as an individual, you have to have people who challenge you constantly in your life. Like, you can have people who agree with you. That's great. It's good to have those conversations. But you also need people who oppose you as well, or you're not going to get anywhere. Like, and we just live in such a society where everybody's like, I'm gonna block you, fucking, I'm not gonna talk to you. It's crazy. when we literally are at a point where technology, where communication is so fucking easy. So easy. So easy. Like, Kelsey lives in a completely different state than me, and I can literally message her on like fucking 40 different goddamn platforms. So easy. And people are like,
and sometimes you have it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? How do I even respond?
And people want to stop communication. I don't get it. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But I do want to say something, because we're getting close to wrapping up here. Not jumping on any kind of political note. Me and James kind of talked about this on our last podcast that we did alone. I don't know when that was, like 2-3 podcasts ago. I just want to throw something out there because it was an idea that I was talking about with the fact of like early voting and stuff like that. I do think it's smart to vote. There's no ifs, buts about that. You should vote.
Go vote, for the love of Jesus.
Vote. I do want to point out...
Or if you don't love Jesus, I don't care. Go vote.
Right.
Yeah, whoever.
100% go vote. Regardless of who you're voting for, this is probably one of the most important fucking elections there's ever fucking been. So, go vote. But, I will say for the people when we were talking about the early voting thing, I've heard a lot of stories now where people have went and watched the fucking, well, second debate, but supposed to be the third. The last debate that happened, that they're like, oh, fuck, I've already voted. Da, 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 da. You should probably wait till all the debates are done before you go vote. That just seems like a smart idea. We talked about early voting being good, and I just wanted to throw that out there too. You might want to wait till you hear everything and then go vote. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I was talking to a couple people and they're like, yeah, I voted and I heard that last debate, and then like I kind of actually want to change my candidate, but I can't do anything about it. It's like, why did you vote before the debates were done? I don't understand why that thought process. I mean, unless you were just like, no matter what this person says, it's the person I'm voting for, then sure, by all means do that. But I mean, I voted today and I still have like until election day to vote, honestly. But I'm able to vote early in Wisconsin, so this is considered voting early. And yeah, I just was like, why would you not wait till like all the debates are done? I don't know. I wanted to point that out.
They're two very ideologically distinct people, to the point that, you know, any little thing one of the two of them could say at this point doesn't distinguish between like fundamental policies.
I'll say this, because like I said, I'm not going to get into any kind of politics on channel. Yeah. We're here for entertainment. I will say this. This is one weird ass election for both sides. Just that. Sure. I'll leave it at that. There is a lot of sus. We'll go back to the sus. There's a lot of sus on both sides. So maybe wait and hear all three debates. I'm just saying it's been a thing that I've seen since the last debate. Like, that widely, of people being like, wow, I shouldn't have voted early. Why did I do that? Like, there's been that many people talking about it. And so I just thought,
interesting.
Since I have a platform, and we did talk about it on a podcast, we said voting early is important because obviously you want to get your vote in, and you shouldn't procrastinate and then be like, oh, fuck, something come in with the last minute, now I can't go vote because voting is extremely important. So vote early. Also, within reason. I just want to say, within reason. Vote early. Maybe wait till all the shit's done and then vote. Anyways, go ahead, JoJo.
This comes out on Monday, right?
Yeah, right.
So, vote early today, because tomorrow's the election, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
You can vote on the election now.
Sure, yeah. Just
it's not smart,
that's right, isn't it?
You can vote on the election. Yeah, you can vote on the election. It's dumb.
And Chris, you know that there were 3 debates. The first one and the third one are the presidential ones, and the second one is the vice president.
That's not what I'm talking about. There was supposed to be an extra one. Yes, there was supposed to be another presidential, like the president versus vice president at this point. So.
I got canceled.
And it got canceled.
Corona.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so then they're like, okay, cool, we'll just skip to the last debate because we don't have time to fit 2 debates in between then and now.
Got it.
So, and that's what I was talking about. But yes, I did know.
Okay.
For people who didn't know, that is a good point, Kelsey, that yes, there also is a VP debate as well that you should also pay attention to because they also influence shit that happens. So, yeah, there's that. But, anyways, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here on the political note here. But yeah, go vote. It's important. Go do it. Seriously. And I can't stress this enough. For people who want to see a lot of change, it's also local votes as well. It's not just presidential. Like, you should be voting all the time. Like, any chance that you get to make a change and you want to see something different, go vote. That's
vote the whole ballot. Don't just vote the president and move on. Vote the whole ballot.
There's a lot of options on there. Yes, it even talks about the school districts in your zones and stuff. Go do that. Go do that. Go vote.
I had to vote on whether or not to eliminate some office I had never heard of within. I'm like, I don't know if I want this or not, and I had to go Google it, and then it's like, apparently lots of counties already eliminated it because it's redundant, and so I voted yes, and I don't care, honestly, but that's a thing.
Yeah, good point. To play off of that, good point. I cannot stress this enough. Do not trust YouTube and other places to give you full information. Look this shit up yourself.
Christ, don't do that.
For the love of God, do your own research, please. Please, I understand. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Google has now started doing their own fact-checking tabs. Don't trust that. If you're an adult and you're going to make an adult decision, do your homework. Go do your own research. Don't just trust what some random thing is telling you. Just go do your research. I can't say that enough. Kelsey, go.
Research both sides of the argument, not just one that agrees with your the decisions, the opinions you walk into.
Exactly.
Research both sides completely. Make sure you understand not only how it will impact you, but how it will impact the poorest and the weakest among your community. Mm-hmm. Please. Vote. All right, done.
Okay, Kelsey knows this. In Illinois, I mean, probably knows that. There's a vote on an amendment to the Constitution or whatever for the state on something with taxes. Mm-hmm. And there are ads running both for and against it. Positive ads say, vote for the fair tax amendment, and then negative ads that say, don't vote for the tax hike amendment. And for a while there, my mom just thought there were going to be two different amendments we were voting on. but it's the same thing. People are just characterizing it differently, and it's like...
Oh, and you know what my favorite part of that is? Continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's just like super frustrating how differently you can present the exact same thing.
Yep.
To sell it very differently. Yeah.
And the ones that I've seen that are against it, everybody, I'm a tax accountant. That's what I've done for years. The ones that are against it are very much like, oh, I can balance my budget. Why can't politicians? They can't have a tax hike. And I'm like, no. They're going to raise your taxes either way. They're asking, can we raise the taxes on people with more income more than we raise it on you with lower income? Can we do that? Right now we can't. We're going to do that if that's cool with you. And so the idea of we're going to say no so they don't raise taxes, that's not what you're voting on. They're raising taxes. That's happening. And so, yeah, that one kills me. That one, yeah.
It's kind of like how I talked about the conversation, how it's so easy for us to have communication these days. It's also very easy for us to get the entertainment that is most appealing to us and agrees with all of our viewpoints. There's a lot of people that I watch that have their own political views that side along with mine, and that's great. But it is still up to me at the end of the day to make sure I do my research, as Kelsey said, on both sides, because they're only going to talk about the highlights that they're in love with and that they want. They're not going to talk about the negatives. It's going to be other people that talk about the negatives.
And both sides are going to do fear mongering. Just walk in knowing that if you have fears, both sides are going to try to pull on those.
Yep.
And don't vote with your fear, vote with your brain, because you can take the time to educate yourself.
Yes, you can.
Done.
There's also there's an ad for, like, I guess, a guy running for state representative or something. Oh, it's against him, and the first screen they show is him holding a bazooka. And that's like a negative ad about, he doesn't like gun rights or something, but just the image of him with a rocket launcher is the first thing they show you.
I mean, that's a badass image. That's all I'm saying, dude.
Right, it's an ad against him, which is ridiculous. I want to vote for the bazooka guy, obviously.
So, dude, that dude's got a bazooka. I'm not fucking with him. Are you kidding me? That's playing in the fear people.
Clearly an ad meant to scare the people that are afraid of guns in any format, to be like, oh my god, that man has a bazooka, he's gonna come to my house and shoot me with the bazooka. It's like, he's probably not, unless everything goes to hell, in which case you may have bigger issues than just bazooka guy.
I just want to point out there that where I currently live, it's 32 degrees outside. It was getting closer to dark because I had to work during the day, and I moved, so I had to re-register, which is a whole nother fucking deal, and my girlfriend was going with me, and because she moved, she had to re-register. the whole thing took like 20 minutes, guys. Like, there's really no excuse. Like, there's just not. Like, just fucking go do it. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Just this whole, like, it's going to take so much out of my day. Like, no, it's 20 minutes. And that was for both of us to get registered and both of us to vote. And there was a line.
What killed me is
go ahead.
For the 2016 election, 25% of the United States made the decision for the next 75% of the United States. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you can prevent that if you get out and vote. Yeah. Because 25% of us should not be running this ship. No. Just saying.
Fucking 100% of us should be running this ship. But we got to do it. So
that's also true.
Get out there and do it. Get out there and do it. So, yeah. But anyways, we're going to wrap it up here. Like I said, we don't get political here. We're here for entertainment, and that's normally what we do. But right now, it's election, and we'll probably do the same thing 4 years from now. Just telling you to go vote. It's like I said on that podcast with me and James, we'll never tell you who to vote for. That's not what we're here for. You make your own judgment. We're not telling you who to vote for. We're not going to go into policy and shit like that. We're entertainers. That's what we're here for. But we will tell you to go vote because that is important for everybody. If you live in the United States, go vote. Civic duty.
People have died for your ability to do so. Go do it.
Yeah.
Shutting up.
Fucking 20 minutes. Anyways, but if you like this content, hit that fucking subscribe button. Yeah, we're rolling through it. I told you. Hit that fucking subscribe button. Also, there's a thumb up button down there. You can hit that too. Guess what else? Only takes like 20 seconds. All that. It's great.
And there's a thumbs down button. Don't touch it.
I was going to say, shut up. Don't tell them that it exists, JoJo. I don't even want them to know it exists. No. But yes, don't touch it, damn it. Yeah, that's what we need. We need to get JoJo, a picture of JoJo with a bazooka, and just put at the end of every video, it's like, do not dislike, and just fucking flash that picture. Oh my gosh. It's in the comment section below. Let us know some of your thoughts on some of the stuff that we talked about. Let's not turn this into this is who I voted for comment section. Please do not do that. I will not approve those comments.
Please don't.
Yes, that is not what we're here for. Anyways, you would think I shouldn't have to say that, but it's the internet, so I have to say that. Anyways, so also Twitter, Twitch links down there. We talked about the fact that JoJo is on streaming and stuff like that. Go check him out. Go show him some love because I don't think you're affiliate yet, right?
No, I got like 7 followers.
All right, we got to get JoJo to affiliate. That is the dead funny year-end goal. Is JoJo is affiliate. So let's get JoJo to affiliate. Dead funny year-end goal. We're gonna get you to affiliate. So
real fast, does JoJo want to be affiliate?
Sure, why not?
All right, there we go. Now we can do that. I just wanted to make sure it was in his vision.
Once you make it into affiliate, like the rules for that is you literally have to stream at least once within a year to keep it. That's all it is. And then JoJo can get paid to stream. Like people literally could fucking like subscribe to him and him actually earn money to stream. So yes, let's get JoJo to affiliate. Yeah, right? Exactly. So
thank you.
That's the year-end goal. Let's see, 200 subscribers on Dead Funny. We're so close, 30 away. And apparently we have 47 follows to go hit JoJo. It's completely free and supports him and helps out the mental health of streamers because nothing sucks than sitting there in a stream all night and talking to yourself. So show up, follow, have conversations, have fun. I still have to do it. Trust me. I'm not fucking famous by any means. So there's times where I'm sitting there and I'm all like, cool, I'm just going to talk to myself though. So I'm fucking streaming. Maybe somebody will say something. So you never know. Anyways, but yeah, so go check him out. Stream links are down below. There's mine, James, and JoJo. We're all down there. On top of that, Twitter's as well. Check those out. But at the end of all this, hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next time.